Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's troubles, but he shall be saved out of it. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Again, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. I want to say all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh is the Most High. Yahushai is the Son of the Most High, the true names of the Most High and the Son. Again, Yahweh is the Most High. Yahushai is the Son of the Most High, the true names of the Most High and the Son. Right, in this lesson is going to be focusing on Jacob's troubles, which, if you don't know what Jacob's trouble is, it's the Great Tribulation. Jacob's troubles is the Great Tribulation, which many things, many death is going to be during, is going to happen during these times. Right, one thing I'm going to focus on is division. Right, because division in America is prophesied. Right, I got a couple of precepts, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. Sirach chapter 40, verse 8. Such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and a scourge. So these things is going to happen more upon the sinners. Now, America sins. This country's sins have reached unto heaven. And the Lord is going to punish his land, man. And I got a couple of precepts, and I also have an article I want to touch on. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. Which this article says people who study the origins of civil war see indicators, which are somewhat signs. Indicators mean signs or pointing out, right? It says people who study the origins of civil wars see indicators the U.S. is on the brink of conflict. Yeah, who historian says. Now we know what happened, in the past with the followers of Trump, on how there was a insurrection or uproar, which is going to be on a much larger scale, in these last days. Right, we're coming into such dangerous, perilous days, man. Right, changes are coming to America. Changes are coming to the world. In fact, let's get this. Let's get Isaiah chapter 19. Where I'm gonna go more into this article. Lord willing, this video is edifying. This Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians. Let's read it again. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, which the modern day Egyptians are the Americans. So, hey, that's your division right there. And this is a prophecy that has not yet been fulfilled. But it's going to be fulfilled in this generation, if you will. It says, I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight, every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So it's going to be a civil war. It's going to be race wars, if I'm not mistaken. Civil wars, which there's already division. I can't really say the word, but, there's those who's juiced up going against those that's not been juiced. Those that have not been juiced are going against those that has been juiced. You know? So there's going to be uproars, commotions, insurrections. Let's get the book of Second Esdras. Then I'm going to touch on this article. Which we know what that may lead to. That may lead to martial law being activated, which is a major prophecy as well. Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." So when you go into the word woe, it means distress or wailing, if you will. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." No, see, even the Americans, so-called scholars, if you will, could see, those who study and stuff like that can see that America is close to division. It's close to change. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." Right, discord is going to be a large, it's going to be a big discord in America. Division, uproars, commotions, tumults, where it speaks about, which I'm going to get as well. Let's get it real quick. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another." It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes," meaning even these so-called senators, these so-called politicians, and government officials are going to get it as well. Right? They're going to be casualties in these last days as well, man. To the point where people's going to use guns against, people who sit on high in this country. Which you already see now. You see protests. It's going to be likened onto the Forever Purge. It says, see, they make movies like that because, they know. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So, continue on. Let's go into this article. Just had to bring out a couple of precepts for understanding. All right, going into this article. It says, though the idea of another civil war in the near future might seem far-fetched, too many Americans, people who study such conflicts, may disagree. Right, jumping down here, it says, "Our Snyder, an expert on the rise of authoritarianism, discussed the future of American democracy in an interview with Insider, during which he said he feared the U.S. might not survive if former President Donald Trump were to run again in 2024. And what if he not get the win? What if he don't become the president? That still is going to cause conflict and discord, because there's many many followers of Trump, man, in America, which I believe, well, where this talk, on how Donald Trump, now not for certain, man, but it's talking on how, Donald Trump may be, Nero, a Caesar, or a Roman appointed king. And we know how wicked Nero was. We know the souls that was back then are here today. You know, if you could understand, you know, reincarnation, if you could receive it, you could receive it. You know, so man, any man that have the right mind knows that that whole, you know, Donald Trump thing, Donald Trump himself and his followers is not, you know, can, you know, take heed to it. You know? That man's not set up for the betterment of this kingdom. Hey, this kingdom's not gonna get better, man. Anyways. But that man's not set up for the betterment of this kingdom. He's set up for the downfall. Probably for the downfall, man. For the declining of this kingdom, man. You know, going into it. Hey, you know, Biden as well, man. It says, going into it, let's get another one. I'll go deeper into it. Be patient real quick. It says, all right, it says, those social scientists who actually work on this topic neutrally see indicators in the United States which suggests that we are on the brink of some kind of conflict. Yeah, that whole thing with Kyle Rittenhouse, you know, stuff like that. You know, there was division there. People was with that man. Some people was against that man. You know? Which, if I remember going to a lesson a while back concerning on how the gun prices were, or, you know, there was a, you know, basically the amount or the number of people receiving getting guns went high. I mean, a lot of people, you know, that percent of people purchasing guns is going high, man. Right, and that's that chess or that board being set up, that game being set up, man. Because right now, you know, a lot of Americans, they know in themselves that they need that, you know, weapon, man. They know, you know, whether it's, you know, some like end of the world, World War III conflict, they know in themselves, in their mind, man. They have they feel a sense of danger. So they're getting guns, man. You know? Now, damn near everybody in America have a gun. Not everybody, you know, but, you know? So when there's civil war, conflict, division, you know, race wars, you know, imagine what death and how many casualties that's going to cause. And I know kitty shit, you know, that happened, you know, back then, man. I'm talking about, you know, on a big, large scale, man. Also famine in the mix of it. You know? How much casualties that's going to cause. How much death that's going to cause. Not just, you know, death by, you know, starvation, but death by by murder, man. You know, because many people's gonna wanna eat, man, and they gonna kill to eat. You know. But yeah, that's you know, when it this article. Let's go into some scriptures. Verse I mean, I could go on 2nd Esdras chapter 15 verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, which the modern day sword is the gun. It says, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So people is going to be robbing each other, stealing from each other, killing each other for food, for the lack of bread, because of the lack of bread, you know. Let's get Matthew chapter 24. Matthew chapter 24, verse 8. Matthew chapter 24, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Even for the brothers, that's concerning the brothers that's in this truth, man. We're going to be persecuted. We're going to be afflicted. Right? Many people, all nations going to hate us, man, because we hold fast this profession. You know, it says, and then, this is the point, and then shall many be offended. Right? So many is going to be offended. You know, you already have those that's juiced up being offended by those that's not juiced up. You know? Or you got the followers of Trump and the rest of America. That's division right there. It says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. So this is going to be betrayal. It's going to be hate. Jump down to verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So the love is going to be declining, and is already declining. The love of people is declining already, man. That's why you got crime on a big scale. The crime rate is going up. You know, homicide rate going up. You know, it says, let's get another precept to lock it. Let's get Luke chapter 21. Luke chapter 21, verse 9. It says, but when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. So when you go into the word commotion, let's get it. Let's get the word commotion. Commotion in the Latin means a violent motion, agitation. Right? A public unrest or disturbance. A disorderly outburst, tumult. You know? Right? So it's gonna be all that, man, in these last days, man. Let's get 2nd Esdras chapter 9. Second Esdras chapter 9, verse 3. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which, let's go into the word uproars, you know, just giving you, go into every detail, or try to go into every detail, if you will. right? Because these are the things that's coming to America. Uproar means a outbreak of disorder, a revolt, a riot, a stirring up. You know? See, the people right now is already being stirred up. Right now as we speak, man. You know? Let's go to second Esdras chapter 5, verse 8. It says, there shall be confusion. Salaki says, there shall be a confusion also in many places. And the fire shall be often sent out again, which all these wildfires, you know, all these land fires, you know, places getting burnt up, you know, buildings getting burnt up, you know, that whole, you know, something happened in Philly and in New York where, you know, buildings was getting burnt up and killed, you know, children and people, you know. It's a lot of fire happening, fires, man, that kills happening in these last days, man. It says, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and mistress woman shall bring forth monsters, and salt waters shall be found in the sweet, and all friends shall destroy one another. You know? Let's get actually one precept on my mind I wanted to get. Bear with me. Come on, let's get Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 19. Isaiah chapter 19. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 3. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. Right, because this country is on a decline, man. And it's going to continue declining, man. Right? Which this is prophecy, man, which means to say before. So mark these words, man. Remember these words, man, because for they gonna come to pass. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst. Let's read it again. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And yeah, right, because America's, you know, big on sorcery, idolatry, witchcraft, enchantments, you know, and they're going to seek to those things, man, because there's going to be no answers. It's going to be great perplexity in the world, man, especially in America. Great confusion. It speaks about man's heart shall fail them for fear. You know, so people gonna be looking to their gods, to their not their gods, but their idols. America's gonna be looking for their idols, seeking out their idols, seeking out the wizards, seeking after answers, man, and they not gonna find it, man. Confusion. It's gonna be straight confusion, man. Right, in fact, I could close out on that. You know? In fact, I'm going to close out on this one last precept. You know? It's Matthew chapter 10 verse 34. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." Salakia. I actually wanted to get one more. Not that one. I actually get one. This a good scripture as well, but I wanted to get another one. All right, Con. This Luke chapter 12 verse 51. It says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you nay, but rather division." So division is coming to the earth, man. Division in the households, in the world. Division in the cities. Division amongst the people. Division in the lands. It's going to be great division, man. These are going to be signs and effects of the end. Right, Lord willing, this video is edifying. Double honors to the elders of the house of David. Peace and blessings unto the elect. Salute and shalom to the fellow laborers in his truth. And all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom.